going on, everybody? My name is Jamal Ephraim, and welcome to this product review over a product that I am very happy to have in my possession and finally able to review, the Evolve Electric Longboard. A very unique product that speaks volumes both in its style and its unique characteristics. But before I get into that, I have to do a big shout out to Evolve Skateboards for helping me out with the delivery. There was some delivery problems, mainly on the DHL end and some of the shipping ends of just getting it cleared in different spots. But Evolve stayed with me. They emailed me constantly regarding the status of the order. They assured that everything was going fine, and constantly, almost every day since the order was processed, making sure that on each level that it was actually getting to where it was supposed to be. And based on the conversations that I was having with the owner and the staff and everything, they seem to really care about their customers and really want to provide grade A customer support. So big shout out to you guys. Much respect. Good job, guys. So what we have here is Evolve's top of the line product. This is the electric pintail model. They have other models on their website as well. The snub nose version, and all the other products in between varies their wheel types and their bearing types. This one has the ABEC 11 wheels with the ABEC 9 wheel bearings. The ABEC 11s are a 76mm diameter wheel with a 78A hardness on the durometer scale. And compared to my previous longboard, these things are freaking huge. The trucks are custom built from Evolve themselves, made heavily with the snowboarder and the surfer in mind. The deck is a 26-inch by a 41.5-inch in length deck, 6-ply, semi to no flex board. So it's not entirely stiff, but you know, you'll still get a little bit of flex on it. And that's great for somebody like me who needs to alleviate some of the pressure on their instep. The motor is a 200-watt, 5500 RPM brushless motor, making it nice and quiet even on the most demanding runs. Max output is marketed at 20 miles per hour. The battery is a 36-volt lithium polymer battery that promises up to 2 hours of runtime and a 1 to 4 hour recharge time. The controller is a wireless, multi-directional, multi-speed Bluetooth controller in which you can change those settings on the fly by the push of a button on the back of the controller. It uses 2 AAA batteries, and it works in threshold increments. Like say like if you were in slow setting, you would actually see the yellow button flash slowly, and when you press, you're only going to go to a certain speed. So if you want to go faster, you hit it again, the yellow button is going to blink a lot faster, and when you push, of course, you're going to get a lot more push out of it. Like I said, it's multi-directional, so you can actually change it to reverse mode, and the same rules apply, where you can have different speeds in reverse mode. Of course, not nearly as the same amount of speed as if you were in forward mode, but it's nice. You also have a brake on this thing by pushing the controller backwards. Now, one thing that you may need to buy in addition to this product is a region adapter, especially for us that live in the US, to convert from 220 to 110, I believe it is. It's a very cheap converter. I got this one for about $13, I think, at Radio Shack, and it just goes onto the power supply. That way you can charge the freaking thing. Yeah. And you don't really have to worry too much about your weight on this thing, because the thing is supposed to support 220 pounds based on the website. So you're good. Lastly, the board weighs about 20 pounds, so it's very easy to carry around. Like you can see, I'm picking this up pretty much without that much effort and no problem. So, and it's a lot lighter than its other electric longboard and skateboard counterparts. Trust me on that one. So exactly why did I get this longboard? I mean, what's the usability factor of this longboard? Well, I'm in college. And any college student that goes to a very, very large campus knows that the easiest and fastest way to get around is by longboarding, or, you know, biking, or rollerblading. The convenience of longboarding is that, you know, it's out of the way, it's portable, you don't have to use extra gear, you don't have to use that much extra protection for it, and it just makes it an overall convenience of just getting around. So, but the only problem with traditional longboards is that once you, like here in Florida, since it gets really hot, once you keep on kicking and everything like that, you're gonna get sweaty. So like you're gonna perspire, and you know, you're gonna be all smelly and sticky and blah. So what I was trying to alleviate with an electric longboard is a little bit of that kicking aspect, so I can glide a little bit more and have a little bit more fun, and don't have to work not nearly as much as a traditional longboard. So you keep your fly, you have one of the sickest longboards on campus, and you're never late for class. Now keep in mind, there are other electric longboards on the market. If you go on eBay, there's a couple there. There's a couple US vendors that actually have some as well. But the problem is that a lot of them use an acidic-based battery, which makes the entire product heavy and bulky. So remember, one of the things that I was looking for was something that's portable and doesn't provide that much trouble in actually getting around. I want to tote it around in college. I want to be able to, put it under my arm and take it to the library if I need to, or if I, for whatever weird reason, I need to on the bus for some people or whatnot. So it needed to get around as easily as possible. And this board, the Evolve board, is the only board on the market at the moment that actually has a very lightweight, is portable, and sleek. The other downside to acidic-based battery solutions is even though they promise a faster recharge time, they promise an even less runtime. So let's take a look at the normal working operations with this thing, like how to turn it on, and what to expect when you first get the product, how to sync the controller, and how it overall moves. So you have your controller, and on the side here there's a button that you press. And once you press it, you'll see that this light is actually going to flicker between blue and red. So now we have to turn on the controller. You turn it on with one of these buttons back here, and you'll see that the orange light here is blinking slowly. That means that it's in slow mode. So now if we press, also you see that the blue light, the light on the battery is now solid. So that means that there is a sync. So now when you press, you get power. So now it's on slow mode, and I'm pressing very so lightly, and that's what it sounds like in slow mode. So now let's switch to fast mode. One button press, and now you see that it's actually increased in its blinking speed. Now you press. Alright, and let's go back to slow mode right quick. So now the brake, you press, brake, back. And it sounds like very instant. It's really nice. And of course you can switch to reverse mode. So now all the buttons are going to be flickering. It means that you're in reverse mode. So now when you press, same functions. And now you can hear that it actually decreased in its sound a little bit. That's because it's in reverse mode. And that's the other speed, still in reverse mode. And that's pretty much it, guys. So you've seen the product, you've seen it working, you're very interested, you're hyped, you want to go and get one out now, and you go to the store and you ask for it, and nobody has it. Why? Well, the main reason is because the product is only built in Australia at the moment. It's hand-built, custom-built by a small team, and the company is still, for lack of a better word, evolving. So they're looking to expand their different shops in different locations and everything like that, but for right now you have to order straight from Australia. So if you're ready to get one, you can go to evolveskateboards.com.au, and you better hurry because supply goes really fast. So now here's the real question: how well does it perform in real life situations? Does it perform does it perform to my expectations? Does it live up to what it's marketed as on the website? Well, I'm about to find out right after this short break. Stick around, guys. Let the beat drop. Hey, are you into comics, manga, animation, video games, and all around good music? Well, we are too, and we make it as well. We're KJC Comics, and we're coming to South Florida's largest entertainment everything convention, Florida SuperCon 2013, on July 4th through July 7th. So come on by table AA17 and get some cool stuff, get some free stuff, check out some of our latest products that are coming out, and just overall have a good time. See you there. Hey guys, welcome back, and I just got a chance to ride this longboard, and so how well did it do? Did it live up to my expectations? Short answer, yes, yes, and more yes. I mean, the thing is fast. But bro, 20 miles an hour isn't that fast. Okay, let me knock this out of the way right now because I know some people are already asking this, okay? There are probably hundreds of reasons why going over 20 miles an hour is a very bad idea. for one, in some areas, in some states, when you start going over 20 miles an hour, it starts to become, well, for some devices, you technically cannot ride it on the sidewalk anymore. You have to ride it on the road. So it's a longboard. You want to be able to ride this on the sidewalk, right? The other reason, okay, is like, okay, if you're going over 45, maybe even above that, on something like a longboard, without weight, you're going to lose control a lot faster. I mean, there's a reason why, okay, going fast in the car at 45 miles an hour is pretty much nothing and you have more control, because there's weight to keep it down. When air gets under this thing, you're going to lose a lot less, you're going to lose a lot more control, because you don't have that weight to keep you down when you're going at that speed, because naturally when you get faster, you get lighter. So yeah, that's also not a very good idea. And the list goes on and on, but really guys, even at 20 miles an hour, this thing is a power horse. Like, when you first actually get on this thing, you gotta be prepared for it, because it's nothing like you've ever experienced, trust me. Other than speed, carving is really good on this thing. I mean, it's really responsive. Regarding the belt driver, I'm pretty sure that some of you guys are wondering about, like, how well does it handle when you don't have a when you have no charge on your battery. It handles okay. I mean, there is sort of somewhat of an undesirable resistance from it. You would expect it to actually have a little bit more play, like you would with your regular longboards, like if you were just kicking and pushing. So it's gonna, due to the belt being on there and the belt driver, it's gonna resist against you a little bit more. So you kind of have to push it a little bit harder than you would normally. But it still glides relatively okay. I mean, I think it could be looser, but overall not bad. As far as the motor, whoa. Like, at first I was expecting it to, you know, go pretty slow or whatnot when you first jump on, and considering that I've actually had some skateboarding experience before, you know, it's like, okay, throwing in the motor and going whatever whatnot, it's not going to be too much of a big difference. Wrong. As soon as I got onto that thing and I pushed the button just a little bit, this thing wanted to go. I mean, this thing is going to go. So it takes a little getting used to of how much to actually give it on the controller, just so at the start. So I definitely, when you get this thing, definitely start on slow, because it is a big difference. Yeah, start on slow. Braking is also really good and responsive as far as how much you give it. Like, you have to ease on it. Pull back on the controller little by little bit. You can't just throw it on, else you will get thrown off the board. The brakes are really that good. The battery life runtime definitely is looking like it's living up to its promises. I haven't lab tested it yet or whatever, using an actual watch and just taking the time to self-time it myself to get the accurate stats. But there are other videos that show the actual runtime, the actual speed distance travel. But as far as what I've done, I've gone everywhere through the neighborhood, like through cul-de-sacs and everything like that, a couple miles down to a McDonald's or a plaza that's down the street from here, and back, and a little bit more, and it still had a lot of battery life to go with. So you're going to get a lot of use out of this, so there's no worries. Charge time is looking about accurate. I put it in the charger, and a couple of hours it was still had the red light. So yeah, a 1 to 4 hour charge time is good. But you know, after a day of longboarding with the thing, it's pretty much expected, especially considering that the battery's so big anyway. So yeah, don't cry, because you're getting a kick-ass board anyway. Considering the wheel size and everything like that, it handles obstacles really well. Like, I've run over big cracks in the sidewalk and everything like that, but nothing like Grand Canyon size cracks in the sidewalk. But I still would stay cautious, definitely with humidity and water. Don't ride this thing through water. Repeat, do not ride this thing through water, or at least big puddles of water if anything else. Just to stay safe. I mean, from the looks of it, I've looked all around on the battery cabinet, cabinet, and I don't see anything that's actually open, which kind of made me burn a little bit because I'd expect like some air passageway for the battery, but whatever, they're the designers. But at the same time, there is still, you know, your power outlet over here on the side that I don't think you really want to get wet. But you know, overall, just to stay safe, try to avoid large puddles As far as the controller's speed change and direction and everything was very smooth. Like, to switch back to reverse mode, you do have to you do have to stop, obviously, and then switch it out. That way it responds okay. And also regarding the response time between the connectivity between the board computer and the controller, there was no drop. There was no physical or visible dropouts. Like, it was very responsive, no lag time or anything like that. So any command that I threw at it or needed to do was like on the dot responsive. So, you know, there was some arguments out there that's saying that, okay, having a wireless controller is not really the best idea because you need the most control, especially if you're going fast, to have the board do what you want to do in case of emergency purposes. But to be honest, the board, the controller did not fluctuate at all. Like, for every single command, it was just a breeze. So I have no worries. I feel very comfortable with using that controller with this longboard, and I like wireless, so I don't like a wire going to my board. That's just no, that's just not me. One thing I will miss though from my previous longboard is my kicktail. Like, even though you can use your back tail to kick it up when you're at stop position to, you know, just get the board up and everything like that. What I was used to on my old board was actually tic-tacking a little bit, because my longboard actually had a kicktail, kind of like similar to skateboards. So usually when I'm changing some directions really abruptly, I like tic-tacking over to the other side. But so I'm gonna kind of miss that. I'm pretty sure you can also do that with this, but it's probably because of the feel of the pintail there. I'm probably not used to it yet, or maybe it's just a style change that I just have to consider. But given what I'm actually getting with this board, it's not a big loss. So now what I want to show you is some ways of how you can get the board around, particularly for students, of, you know, how you can carry the board, how you can get it from place to place, different ways of carrying it that seems most typical for most students. So, you know, most students are going to usually have a laptop bag. So here I got my laptop, and maybe a book or so or something like that, and whatnot while they're going to class, something like that. So here I have the longboard at the bottom, and since it's the kicktail, so all you have to do really is just, you know, push back on the pintail, and it comes up, and, you know, just push out. And it's thankfully the pintail is long enough so it doesn't, you know, you don't hit any of the motors or anything like that. So, you know, typically like what you would do with a normal skateboard. And I was actually surprised because even though it's not a kicktail lip, it actually worked almost the same way thanks to the pintail. So I'm really happy about that. So now, you know, you got your longboard, you got your books, you got your laptop, whatever, whatnot, and, you know, you can walk with it, kind of like a walking stick or whatever, whatnot, like a longboard walking stick. Or if you don't want to do that, you know, you can just take your hand, pull it up, grab it, and just tow it on the side. It's light enough. I mean, it's 20 pounds. Now, like, for people who, you know, don't have that much in weight training or whatever, whatnot, it might seem a little heavy to you, but, you know, it's a nice workout. So, but as you can see, it doesn't feel that bad to me. I mean, it's a lot more weight than just a normal longboard, but it's definitely manageable, you know, and it makes it comfortable. Now, the only thing that I don't like, also with the carrying method like this with it, considering the nature of the truck by itself, it makes it a little hard to actually grip with your fingers. So one idea that I did have is that you can actually use like weight training gloves, so it makes it a little bit better through the digits on your fingers. So it creates a lot less tension up in here. But it certainly is manageable this way. But more than likely, I'm going to be carrying it this way. And boom, good to go. And of course, the advantage of actually having a laptop bag is that you can store the controller in the pouch, and you're good to go. So there you have it, guys. That's my review on the Evolve electric pintail skateboard, and a couple things that I would love to see added to this board, possibly in the future. And I would love to see the remote control have different colors, like different, you know, like in black or blue or whatever, whatnot. I also think it would also be pretty cool to have the like a controller glove of some kind, like a leather glove, so you can hold on to it. Either a strapped glove, so you can dangle or whatever, whatnot, or just, you know, just a snuggy glove, just to increase the gripping nature of it, even though it's already fine as it is. with the board itself, I don't have too many changes. I mean, even though my old board had a kicktail, the pintail is actually long enough so you can still kick it also, so as you've seen already. So not too much complaints there. The board doesn't need to go any faster, like I said, and that's pretty much it that I can think of actually at the moment. I'm actually overall satisfied. So thanks again, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and now I am going to have some more fun with my skateboard. So catch you next time.
Taking out the electric longboard, Evolve, and we're going for a ride. Good luck. Whatever. One second. Okay, now we're good. Just got hit in the face. And that's a branch. Let's see how this take goes. Like a champ. Can't go faster than this. Just full throttle on slow mo. guys, look where I'm at. There's McDonald's all over there. Believe me. Let's go for a small walk. Dunkin' Donuts. Alright, let's go back. Alright, and we are back home. All on the full charge. Light came on not too long ago. I'm gonna run a little bit more, see how much more I got. But yeah, I went down to McDonald's and back. Okay guys, so here we got both the Evolve board and my old board. And you can see the wheel difference in diameter. And for boards, it wasn't really that bad. Let me see if I can get both in the same picture. But I did also notice that this board, my old board, wasn't really a carving board. Smooth board, and that's what I liked about it. There we go with the Evolve. Turn this bad boy on. A lot more smooth. Can't do a reverse turn, but I can still